Hey guys, this is Dr. J here, and I'm going to go over the Aoralscan Elite. This is my first scan with the photogrammetry part of the unit. And so one thing I forgot to do here is I forgot to set up the pre-op scan. So what I did is I added a additional scan after I loaded the software, and I'm going to take the byte and align it manually. I'll still capture the byte, but I should have added the pre-op scan beforehand. It would have been a lot easier in terms of aligning everything. So it's just showing the scan strategies you want to use in terms of the scans. And when you set it up, you also have to make sure you set up as an implant scan beforehand. So you can see I'm adding the pre-op scan right here. And you'll be able to see in real time how fast this is going in terms of the scans as well. So you can see I brought it in there. I'm gonna take the scan. This is on the mandible, so you'll get to see. It's not bloody. It's not a bloody scene, but it still does a good job in terms of tracking your mandible. I was trying to capture some of the exostoses there just so that way it can make it easier for aligning later. So one thing is the scanner didn't want to go towards that edential span beyond the bridge here, which might be because I did not select the edential scanning in the bottom left corner you can see below there. And so I got my pre-op scan, and I'm ending the scan there, and I'll go to scanning the edentulous ridge. See, I got my multi-unit abutments there. Those root tips are either going to come out or get buried further into the bone there. It does a good job of keeping track on the multi-unit abutments here. Again, scanning the exostoses makes it easier for aligning later. We'll have to adjust some of the prosthesis so that way it's better adapted for hygiene. And there you go, that's the lower scan right there. And so next what I did is I skipped the time that I was putting on the photogrammetry scan bodies, but I cut that out. So you can see here, it's capturing the photogrammetry scan bodies, only the dots on the scan bodies. And so that way it ignores all the soft tissue and any other disturbances that you would see during scanning usually. And it's very highly accurate. A couple of reasons: because of the big scan tip, because of the dots exact correlation in terms of positioning, and so you're capturing all these singles. You're capturing at least two of the scan bodies in a single frame. So you can see it was pretty quick in terms of capturing the intraoral scan bodies. And so this next scan that I'm doing is basically aligning the photogrammetry scan bodies to the edentulous ridge by scanning along the multi-unit abutment area and the soft tissue. And Catch is using both technologies. In this case, is capturing the dots as well as the soft tissue. And so I set it up for Megagen in this case, and so it's going to spit out a scan body scan with the Megagen multi-unit scan bodies on the multi-unit abutments. And so for here, I'm just capturing the upper afterwards. And so far, the scanner has been pretty great in terms of just general scanning as well. Does a good job of capturing everything. I like using the bigger scan tip for everything. I know it says photogrammetry for the scan tip, but I just like having a larger field of view. It makes things easier, such as you can see it captured those interproximals pretty quickly. Keeps everything pretty aligned. And just having a bigger field of view will make sure you have less stitching errors as well. There we go. You can see he had some breakfast that morning on the scan. And so after you capture all that, the next thing would be to capture the bite. In this case, I captured the bite. It only aligned the upper, not the lower, because I forgot to put it in as a pre-op scan before I started scanning. You can see here I'm trying to figure out if I can potentially do it, but I can't, so I just go straight to scanning. I'll align it at exocad later. It's not a huge deal, as long as I capture enough data. And so far, the bite has been pretty accurate on the scanner. I actually feel like it's a little more accurate than I've had in terms of results for example, Crown and Bridge on Trios or Medit. That's not to say that it's more accurate. It's just the results I have been getting because of it. And there you go. So I got the two bite scans for the alignment later, and it's just optimizing the data for exporting. And so that's kind of the workflow in terms of what you need to do. Super simple. You can see it was very quick. Next time I'll get some scan data in terms of bloody fields. And thanks for watching.